Christopher Columbus, The Journey of a Visionary. The early years. Born in Genoa, Italy, around 1451, Christopher Columbus grew up near the sea. His father was a wool weaver, but young Columbus was drawn to the ocean. Fascinated by maps and the idea of distant lands, he dreamt of exploration. A life at sea. Columbus became a sailor in his teenage years, working on merchant ships. He learned navigation, map-making, and how to survive at sea. In 1476, his ship was attacked, and he swam to Portugal, where he found new opportunities. The dream of a new route inspired by Marco Polo's travels, Columbus believed he could reach Asia by sailing west instead of east. He studied ancient maps and proposed his plan to various rulers, seeking support for his grand idea. Seeking a patron. For years, Columbus struggled to gain financial support. He first approached Portugal, but they rejected him. He then turned to Spain, where King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella finally agreed to sponsor his voyage in 1492. Setting sail on August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain with 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. He and his crew braved the unknown, heading into uncharted waters, fear and mutiny. After weeks at sea, the crew grew restless and fearful of never finding land. They nearly mutinied, but Columbus reassured them, promising they were close. Land at last. On October 12, 1492, land was spotted. Columbus and his men arrived in the Bahamas, believing they had reached Asia. They met indigenous people who welcomed them with curiosity. Exploration and discovery. Columbus continued exploring the Caribbean, visiting Cuba and Hispaniola. He was amazed by the rich lands, exotic animals, and gold ornaments worn by the natives. Return to Spain. In early 1493, Columbus returned to Spain as a hero, bringing gold, exotic goods, and captives. The Spanish court celebrated his success, and he was granted more voyages. More conflict. Columbus embarked on 3 more voyages, but tensions grew. Colonists clashed with natives, and the Spanish crown began questioning Columbus's rule over the new territories. The fall from grace. By 1500, Columbus was arrested and sent back to Spain in chains. Though freed, his reputation was tarnished. Others took control of the lands he had discovered. The final voyage in 1502, Columbus made one last journey, exploring Central America. Shipwrecked in Jamaica for a year, he barely survived, waiting for rescue. Returned to Spain. Columbus returned to Spain in 1504, sick and forgotten. Queen Isabella, his greatest supporter, died soon after, leaving him without favor in court. The last days Columbus spent his final years in illness, writing about his journeys and still believing he had found Asia. He died on May 20, 1506, in Valladolid, Spain. The legacy of Columbus. Though controversial, Columbus changed history forever. His voyages opened the door to the age of exploration, shaping the modern world.